So this is an explanation of a new project that I'm working on. So real quick, I'll explain where this idea came from. So I had a Raspberry Pi running as a secure shell server, and that was pretty cool, being able to access my files from anywhere that had internet access. The problem was the ISP would switch my public IP address occasionally, obviously because it's running under DHCP. So one option obviously would be to pay for a static IP address, but I don't really want to do that. And I was thinking, I wonder if there's some way I could figure out how to work around that. And so I had a script I call, what is my IP, or WIM-IP, which I cover in a separate video. And I was thinking, well, I could use that and run it as a cron job every minute, every 5 minutes, whatever, and have it go. It's a web scraper, by the way, and it would go and Google for its IP, then return that result back. And so essentially the idea is I need to write a script, like a shell script, that's going to invoke the what is my IP script, then bring it back and compare it to the current, what it thinks is the current public IP, and compare it. And if it's not the same as the old IP, then overwrite it. That way you now have a new current IP, and then continue on by then. I have a custom encryption algorithm that I wrote, which I'll cover in a separate video, but I want to use that to then encrypt the public IP address before emailing it to myself, which obviously would go this way, but for explanation's sake we'll come up here and through, and then email it to myself, and then I'll get an update on some of these devices, like this one, letting me know that, hey, you got a new email from yourself. I go to check it, and then I see an encrypted version of my new public IP address, which then I have to go through and run it through my my own encryption/decryption algorithm I've already written. That way I can see what it is, and then the next time I want to connect to my secure shell server, I've got my public IP address. So that's the idea for the project. The only thing, so some of this is already written. So I've got this script, the one that grabs my public IP address. I've also got the encryption algorithm I've wrote, and it's more or less done. I might add some more complexity to it, but for now it's not too bad. But I have to write this part here, which should be real easy. The comparison, that's really easy. And then the other part I have to write is the actual email process, but it's all going to fall under one big shell script. So I guess maybe the next video will be like an overview of the encryption algorithm I wrote, and then as I finish this part and this part, I'll do videos on that, and then I'll show it working when it's all complete, if it works.